Yeah, and we get a lot of our comedians from Canada. Plus, if we took the 3 Western provinces, we'd never lose a hockey game against the rest of Canada.
Well, there you go.
So tell me about the Conservative candidate running.
Sure. His name is Pierre Poilievre, and I've actually known him for about 30 years. And he has been saying the same things for 30 years. And the reason I tell you that is he's not a Johnny-come-lately. I think he believes it. I mean, who knows what happens to a guy when he's in power, but I think he believes it. He's got, my favorite thing about him, maybe you saw the video of him eating an apple while talking to a journalist. Did you see that?
Oh yes, I did. Oh, of course I did.
That's such a good one.
It was all over Twitter. It was brilliant. That's him. That's your guy.
That's him.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean, certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, this and that, right wing. I mean, it's that type of ideological spectrum.
I never really talk about left or right.
Anyways, a lot of people
really believe in that.
Okay, a lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but
like who?
I don't know who, but
well, you're the one who asked the question, so
yeah.
You must know somebody.
Okay, I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this question is, I mean, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
what are you
also
talking about? What page? What page? Can you give me a page? Give me the page. You keep saying
in terms of turning things quite dramatically in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this. I mean, you make quite a it's quite a play that you make on it. So I'm
not
just
sure.
wondering.
I don't know what your question is.
Then forget that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote?
Common sense. Okay. Common sense for a change. We're going to make common sense common in this country. We don't have any common sense in the current government. The guy prints $600 billion, grows our money supply by 32% in 3 years. That's growing the money 8 times faster than the economy. No wonder we have the worst inflation in 4 decades. I'm going to cap spending, cut waste, so that we can balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. You'll want to be able to pay your mortgage again? You want to be able to afford rent? Then you have to vote for Pierre Poilievre, because I'm the only one with a common sense plan that will bring back the buying power of your paycheck.
Like this journalist, he was using language that was sort of, it was like a poison ivy that was wrapping around you and strangling you. Like people say you're known for this. Really? I don't do that. He was just challenging the premises. And what I like best about that, and he does that all the time, and he smacks around the press like Trump does, but I think he gets in there even more like, a little bit more like Vivek. He's a bit of a debate club guy. Mm-hmm. And here's what I mean.
Love J.D. Vance.
Is that because he disparages the media and delights in it, I feel like I can trust him if he takes office not to be swayed by the front page of a left-wing newspaper. The trouble with Canadian Conservatives historically is they're so afraid of the media party. That's a phrase I borrowed from you, the media party, or as I sometimes call it, the regime media. In Canada, I don't know if you know this, Ann, but 99% of journalists are on the government dole. And I don't mean 90, I mean 99.
Really?
And here's how. Let me tell you a little bit of how bad it is here. First of all, you have your CBC state broadcaster, which is larger than all other private sector media combined. So imagine if PBS was larger than everything else combined. Like, holy moly, would that distort things. But there are some, quote, private media, newspapers and TV stations. But one of the first things Trudeau brought in was a subsidy to save media in the age of the internet. So now, every single working journalist in Canada, in any newspaper and magazine, about 1/3 of their income is covered by Trudeau.
Oh.
And when I say 99%, we did an access to information request, and we got the entire list. There are 1,500 news companies in Canada. There aren't really. Those are just people just, oh yeah, I'm a news company too, give me the bailout. 1,500 companies on the dole. Rebel News is not, I could count on one hand's fingers the independent journalists. So if everyone's on the dole,
wow,
even if they're a good journalist, in the back of their mind, they know that if they go after Trudeau or Carney, they're biting the hand that feeds.
Yes. No, I felt that when Elon bought Twitter. I still think I'm being shadow banned. I've had 2.1 million followers for 5 years now. I didn't realize how much I was self-censoring until I didn't have to anymore.
Right.
I mean, I knew there were some kind of racy tweets. Better not send that. But some I just thought were funny. But it's not worth risking it. I don't want to be suspended again.